also announced a partnership with Moran Innovation, which is Matt Moran's company. He's a NASA retiree. He's doing loads of free hydrogen aviation and liquid hydrogen education stuff. It seems like the cord isn't plugged in fully. Let me make sure that it is using the correct microphone. Is that any better? Oh my gosh, it was using the it was using the microphone from my webcam. So sorry guys. Okay. Yeah, here I am, a podcaster, and I can't get and I'm also a former audio engineer. I should have totally tested that from the very beginning. But yeah, so now we're using the good mic. Okay. Um so yeah, where was I? So we announced a partnership with Moran Innovation, and that was so exciting. I can't even remember how Matt Moran and I found each other. We kind of just gravitated to each other because blew out your eardrums, Mike. You're all scooted back a little. You probably had your speakers up so loud. Um, but yeah, so he's doing loads of free educational content, and it was so interesting because HYSKY, we've been bringing together all of these people that are bringing such diverse education, from aircraft to nonprofits to tax credits to IP. And then we had Matt Moran, who sort of just kind of came out of the ether and attracted to me, was actually developing a curriculum, which was something that HYSKY had on our horizon that we wanted to do. So we partnered to develop the first hydrogen aviation course and workshop. Then our HYSKY Monthly speaker of that month was none other than me. And I did a deep dive on the Department of Energy's, I'm going to try to say this in one go, the United States National Clean Hydrogen Strategy and Roadmap, which was 97 pages. I remember that because I read it so many times. And there was a lot of lingo and jargon in there that I didn't really understand. So I just deep dived on that, actually stuck it into ChatGPT and was like, what does this mean? What does that mean? And it made me at least efficient to do an hour presentation on it and what that means for aviation. So I encourage you to, watch that one, because I really tried to focus on what it means for us in aviation. Speaking of ChatGPT, that's something that happened during that webinar was somebody, in fact, I believe it was Mike Kramer, who's on this call, asked me a question that I didn't know how to answer. And I said, well, since I've got the document loaded up into ChatGPT, why don't we ask ChatGPT? And we did, and it gave us a fantastic answer. And people were interested in how I did that, which turned into, you know what, why don't we start teaching some AI workshops? And so we launched our HYSKY AI program and started teaching some AI workshops, which have been hugely successful and even branched out into other industries that aren't just aviation related. We also received a generous donation from Morton and Company. And Morton and Company and Rob Oldroyd do very interesting work on something that would have been really beneficial to me at my first startup, on ensuring your IP. So if you're a small startup, like I'm going to use a Happy Takeoff, my old company, as an example. We filed some IP, but we were really nervous because, everybody thinks once you file your IP, then a bigger company can just come in and sort of recreate it and out attorney you, right? Out legal you. And then what are you going to do? You don't have the resources to really sue them or follow up on that. So they actually offer IP insurance so that if a bigger firm comes and does that to you, you're covered. They're a team of attorneys, risk assessors, and all sorts of things. So that's something that we're looking into actively with the IP we have at HYSKY. So it's a thing that a lot of people don't know about. We wrote a huge piece on it called "Cover Your Assets." I encourage you to read that. It's on our website. We'll link to it and all of that so you can find it. But that was super insightful. That actually came out of a 2-hour interview that Drea did with Rob and their team at Morton and Company. So July, we continue to grow. We had a generous sponsorship from Leibold. Leibold is a company that does leak detection, something we get really excited about aircraft and airports, but sometimes we don't think about what if the hydrogen leaks. It's something we need to consider. Very, very important. So I encourage you to read that about what they do, who they're partnering with, how you might be able to work with them. Our HYSKY Monthly Speaker of July was Sergio Cacuta, the CEO and founder of SMG Consulting. Sergio did regional air mobility. Is it hydrogen's best launch market? I tend to agree. I see a lot of opportunity. There are loads of regional and local airports that are underutilized, and those distances between them are perfect for hydrogen flights. So that was a fantastic presentation. We additionally published Securing Growth and Robust Leadership and the American Aviation Act. A lot of people missed, but the White House put out the American Aviation Act. So we did a deep dive on that. I encourage you to look at that report as well. Again, this isn't even everything we did through these months, but it was really hard for us just to kind of pick the highlights. August was marked by a highlight that Luftcar, who I've been talking about, received $100 million term sheet. We also did the 45th HYSKY Monthly, which was not with Lilium anymore, former executive at William, Mr. Howard Cost, and he did the current regulatory process. It's better than you think. So if you're looking to certify or, just navigate the regulatory system in the eVTOL space or hydrogen aviation space, I will give it to Howard. He actually made this not boring. So we really appreciated that one. I encourage you to watch that if that's something that you're looking into. So September, definitely a highlight for me. This was the month that we brought on our first, so all of the podcasts that we did previously, we hadn't brought on too many guests, but this was our first official guest, and it was none other than Dr. Martine Rothblatt. If you don't know who Dr. Martine Rothblatt is, you have to go read this article that we wrote on her. The short version, I'll do my best to summarize what Dr. Martine Rothblatt is about. She's the founder of SiriusXM. Then her daughter Genesis was diagnosed with a terminal illness, and it was a lung disease, and the doctors basically gave her a year to live. Well, that was just not good enough for Martine and her partner Bina. So they sold their shares in Sirius and funded the best of the best doctors around the world to cure their daughter. None of the doctors really came up with a solution. So Martine, being the innovator and forward thinker that she is, she figured it out herself. And she saved her daughter's life. And not only did she save her daughter's life, she's saved thousands of lives since then, started a biotech company. And oh yeah, she's a rotorcraft pilot and a fixed wing pilot. And so you might wonder, what does any of this have to do with aviation? Well, the way that she's delivering, because she's also 3D printing organs, and I've seen them in person, they're real. In order to deliver these organ transplants, when you're delivering an organ, you need to do it via aviation, but she also wants to do it clean. So she doesn't want to pollute the planet or trash the planet, in her words. So she wants to deliver those with hydrogen powered aircraft. I got to interview her for an hour, changed my life. So I encourage you to watch that and just read the story, because I didn't even cover all of the things that she's doing. Our HYSKY Monthly episode of that month was Jeff Chase and Mark Wiseman of SoCalGas and Arthur D. Little. They did a report on the SoCalGas findings, the hydrogen-enabled airport ecosystem. That is a must. You have to read that report, and you need to watch that webinar if you're looking into bringing hydrogen to your airport. And I see that Jim Falasco just joined. I hope he was here earlier when I thanked him for the BBI partnership. So we were also honored to receive a kind donation from Martine. And moving to October, October was, I would say, the big month for HYSKY. So I mentioned that partnership we formed with BBI earlier. October was the month that we actually all got to come together in person in Grand Forks, North Dakota, which was way cooler than I expected. A really quaint, cute little town with some innovative things. We got to see Predator drones. I mean, we did all kinds of cool stuff. We had, just to kind of tell you who some of these people are, this is Martin Chan of Stratospheric Platforms. They're working on a high altitude satellite system that's basically powered by hydrogen that flies. This is Pradeep. He's working on a hydrogen powered engine. This is Joseph Callow, the CEO of H2Fly. Mike Hirschberg, the former executive director and strategic developer of Vertical Flight Society, and Rex Alexander. You can't really see this group, but this is all of us that were at the hydrogen aviation course. Here's the COO of HYSKY. So some of you guys thought HYSKY went out of existence. No, they were there. This is Bill Spillane. Here's John Piasecki, CEO of Piasecki Aircraft. Here is Juice Ferguson Dale, and he's the CEO of Semper Sky. And Shane Morris of Booz Allen Hamilton, Santhia of Luftcar, Fiona McKay of Zero Avia, and Joseph Sullivan of Bell Flight. And then there's a lot more that I didn't mention, but let me tell you, bringing all of these CEOs and executives of hydrogen aviation, I talk to you all the time, but to have us there in the same room and going to these networking events was absolutely electric. It was so much fun. And thank you everybody that sponsored. It was just a great time. And we actually managed to fit in a HYSKY Monthly during that month. So our 47th speaker was Mark Kirby, who's the former executive of CHFCA, the Canadian Hydrogen and Fuel Cell Association. And his presentation was on H2 infrastructure hubs, the corridor development, which was very timely because this was also the month that the Department of Energy announced the 7 H2 hubs winners. More on that later. But yeah, thanks to everybody that made Flying High such an amazing event. November 2023, it's crazy how everything just sort of connects together. But at Flying High, we did an invite-only meeting to strategize on how we could really help advance the hydrogen hubs for the Department of Energy. So we formed, along with Oric, Morton and Company, USI, who I think some of them are on the call. Hopefully we'll hear from them later. USI International, the HYFA Alliance, Hydrogen for All Alliance. And you can read about it on our website. But basically the mission of that alliance is bringing hydrogen to disadvantaged communities. And we are so excited about that partnership. Lots more coming on that. In our seventh episode, I believe, of HYSKY Pod, we were so excited to have John Piasecki. I learned so much about Mr. Piasecki. I've known of John Piasecki from our H2E VTOL webinars. I had no idea that he played the violin and the piano. I had no idea that the Chinook was a product of Piasecki Aircraft. We had a beautiful conversation. We talked about his parents, who he just recently lost his mom, and a lot of you probably know his father, Frank Piasecki, who is a pioneer in vertical flight in general. So it was just a lovely conversation. Thank you so much, John, for being our guest on that episode. We also, our 48th speaker was Mr. Gail Labrie of WSP, and he presented on integrating hydrogen technologies at airports and vertiports. You see, we do a lot of these airport webinars because it's the whole chicken and egg thing. So we have to be working on both the aircraft and the infrastructure at the same time. That was a very powerful webinar as well. So thank you so much for Mr. Gail Labrie to presenting that. And December, I led, okay, I'm speaking in past tense because this is our report. I'm leading this right now, our 49th end of the year report announcements. We'll do a Ask Me Anything. And of course, I want to announce our H2 Hub Summit, which will be in March. Tickets are available now. It is a virtual half-day event. It's only $30. We have very affordable sponsorships available. We've already sold, I think, 60 tickets. We're expecting probably around 500 attendees. But what it is you're going to hear from all of the 7 hubs. So just a quick recap, if you're not really knowing what the 7 hubs are, Department of Energy through the IRA Act announced $8 billion in funding to hydrogen production. And so that was a big competition. And then in October of this year, the Department of Energy selected those winners. And so there are 7 of them throughout the United States. They just announced them in October. And so far, they've been pretty quiet. They did some webinars sort of saying, this is kind of high level what we plan to do, but they were almost all like almost all of the 7 webinars said the same thing. I attended all of them. So long story short, I didn't learn a ton from them. So because they're still in their negotiation phases of like how much exact money they'll get. So in March, we're going to hear from every single one of those 7 hubs, and we're going to get to hear about what they're doing. So it's going to be very insightful, and all of them are excited about aviation. So make sure and attend that. Like I said, tickets are $30. You can't beat it, and you're going to learn a ton. So we're also going to give away $3,000 in giveaways. And let's see, what did I miss? Oh, okay, yeah. So for our first giveaway, drum roll. This isn't the one you guys were waiting for, but every month, let me just get a sip of coffee. Every month after we do these webinars, we get tons of emails from people saying, something came up, I couldn't make it. And traditionally, what we were doing is we had, it was always free and open for everybody to attend, but then you can buy past webinars on our website for $50. Well, we decided, since we love you all so much, that we put all of them, and I guess it's not going to work, on YouTube. So actually, if I go here, and I'm going to give you the link, look at that. All of them. So even back to some of our 2020 webinars. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yes, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Seriously, like right now, just go. Oops, don't look at that. Right now, just go. I'm going to give you this link. Just if you click this link, it's going to take you. Whoops, I want to go to everyone. Just click this link, the one I just gave you, and it will pop up a little subscribe. You have no idea how much it helps us for you to actually hit that subscribe button, because we only have like 50 subscribers. Once we get to 1,000, we can do a lot more cool stuff on YouTube and give away more free stuff. So please click that and hit subscribe. Okay. I'm about to check how many subscribers we have and see if you guys have clicked it. Okay, we have 58. So some of you have clicked it. Please click the link and subscribe. It means the world to us. Hey, and there's my conversation with Martine. 58. Come on, guys, hit the button. You might not be logged in. I get it. It's going to take a minute. Okay, we got 60. We got 61. I'm liking this. Okay, thank you guys. I'm telling you, it helps so much. Everybody tells me I don't promote our YouTube channel enough, so I'm promoting it. Okay, cool. And so now you have access to, you can watch Martine webinar, you can watch a John Piasecki, not webinar, podcast. You can watch the John Piasecki podcast. So the podcasts are in here. The playlist, if you go to the playlist, you see HYSKY Monthly, and we have loads of content on here. So literally everything you ever wanted to learn about hydrogen aviation, you're going to find it on there. So thank you all for subscribing. I appreciate it hugely. Okay, so now we're going to give away a jacket. I'm so excited about this. Okay, so the way that we're going to do this to totally make it random is Rishav has put all of your guys a number to all of your guys' names. And we have, I'm going to look, how many people did we have register? And then I'm going to tell ChatGPT to pick a random number. Rishav, how many did we have register? Rishav, yeah, you can turn your, but how many total registered? Because did you put the people?
Wait.
Yeah. Did
So
you
so so
go
what we
ahead?
got is about 81 registered on but our attendees right now are 36.
Did you number just the 36 that are here, or is it
Yes.
okay, cool.
So the way we're gonna do is we're gonna put the 36 attendees
Love it.
um as our priority winners. So
All right. Pick a, I can use my free version. Pick a random, matter of fact, I'm going to say pick, how many are we
what
doing on this?
okay, let me
We're
just
doing three. Pick three random numbers between 1 and 36. And I haven't seen Rishav's list, so you know they're totally okay. We got number 12. Who's number 12, Rishav?
number 12 is Jay Hawkins.
Jay Hawkins, you are the winner of this High Sky rain jacket pullover. Are you here, Jay? Yay, you won. Okay, send Rishav your, let me put, Rishav, could you put your email in the chat? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
congratulations. Put your address to Rishav will give you his email address and then send him your info so we can ship it to you. It probably won't arrive before the holidays, but it will arrive. All right. Congratulations, Jay. Next, we have number 28. Who's number 28?
28 is Suzanne Svensdotter.
Suzanne. I'm so happy because she was so supportive of Jay. Yeah. Yay. Congrats, Suzanne. Send your information
Hi,
to Rishav.
thank you.
Yes, you bet. Okay, then we have number 7. Who is lucky number 7?
Okay, so lucky number 7 is Danny.
No last
There's
name?
no, there's just a guy called Danny, and there's Daniel Debhana. So this is Danny.
Does it show his email address? You don't have to read it, but
No,
does
who's
who in the
Danny?
world? Who's Danny? Who in the world is Danny?
He's here.
Okay, Danny Mac. When you registered Danny, did you just put Danny?
Yeah, that is Danny. Okay, that is Danny McCoy. Yeah.
Congratulations, Danny. Okay, cool. Send your shipping info to Rishav's email. So make sure you give your address. Congratulations. And we're not done yet. We're not done yet. But those are the 3 jacket winners. By the way, in the email, it showed a vest and like a puffy jacket, but we actually sampled. I had ordered samples of all 3 of these, and I got to tell you, I was really hoping the vest would be good quality, but the vest and the puffy jacket, they were not good quality, but this rain jacket thing was like the bomb. So that's why you're seeing this and not the vest. So trust me, I made it work for you guys. Hey, Andrew, I see your mic is on.
Sorry.
Oh no, you can totally turn it on. We're having fun now. I mean, it's a party at this point, so you guys don't have to be okay, so the next gift is one of my favorites. Actually, my favorite shirt, and I need to get another one because my daughter stole this from me. I designed this last year, but it is the hydrogen it won't shoot your eye out t-shirt. And I just love it. It's great for the holidays, and it's kind of got this little face with a hydrogen molecule. And so we are going to do 2 of these. Okay. So let me tell ChatGPT, pick 2 more names different from the ones you already picked. No, you don't. Say, okay, sometimes ChatGPT picks, sorry, not names, numbers. That was my fault. Operator error. It just made up random names. That's great. All right, we got number 19. Who is number 19?
All right, just give me a second. Number 19 is Philip Hodge.
Yay, Phil!
Is he here?
I saw him here earlier.
Oh, he's here.
Congrats, Phil. Oh, yeah. And also on the jackets, it's either size large or extra large. I'm in girl sizes. I'm usually like a medium, and I have a large of this, and it's perfect for me. So if you're a guy, you probably will want the extra large. So it's either large or extra large. I like mine to be kind of big and puffy. And then on these shirts, the sizes are pretty much from like extra small to like XXL. So make sure you send, if you're a jacket, when you send your shipping info, also send either, if you're a jacket, large or extra large. And if you're a shirt, it can be anywhere from extra small to XXL. So Phil, are you here to collect your prize? He's going to be mad if he wasn't here. He was here earlier.
I saw him.
I did too.
He's still here?
He's still here?
Well, it's on the in the participant list.
Okay. Phil, say something in the chat so we know you won. Phil, Ovi, send him a text. Tell him to get on here and win. Okay, next we have number 33. Who is number 33?
33 is number, this is phone number 1559-313-0318.
The way you
I don't
guys
know.
register, is that Michael?
No.
Is that how he registered with his phone number?
It's the number here on the participant list. So I'm going by the name on the participant list. I don't know.
Okay, so is that you, Michael Lewison? He's got a smiley face, so I'm assuming it's Michael Lewison. I don't know if we're gonna let Phil win if he doesn't claim his prize. Hopefully
so
before we end. Ovi says that Phil's on a call and it's hard for him to chat. Okay.
So that's
Yeah.
Michael.
Yep, I got him. And let me just get these so I don't forget. We had, who won the jackets again?
The jackets were Jay Hawkins, Suzanne Svensdotter, and Danny Mackel.
Suzanne, I'm not gonna try to spell your last name right now. Forgive me, but I got it. Okay, cool. All right, so he confirmed he is on. He did not confirm to me. We'll let it slide for now, but I want a confirmation from him before we end. Okay, so we really wanted to announce where Flying High was going to be for 2024. I'll just tell you we can't announce it yet, but we have a very big press release coming up soon. It will be somewhere warm. So what we are probably going to do, Michael, I wouldn't log off yet. What we're going to do is, or Kramer, I wouldn't log off yet. What we're going to do is alternate between Grand Forks and a secret location that's warm, but I just can't tell you where it is yet, but you're going to be excited. So even though you don't know where it is and when it is, you're going to want to be there. And we're going to give away 2 tickets to Flying High, and those are at least $1,000 value each. So that's why I'm saying you don't want to log off yet, because this is you're gonna want this one. When I tell you I was like dying that I couldn't announce it today. But our partners on this, they're better at marketing than me. So who wins the tickets? It's not that I can't type, it's that I have a wireless keyboard and the battery's going dead. All right, we have number 5. Who's number 5?
Number 5 is Danielle Tapana.
Oh, don't look at that. It's who?
Danielle Tapana?
Another Danielle besides me?
No, not Danielle. This is
Daniel?
Daniel. Yeah.
Daniel Tapana, are you in the house?
I am in the house.
Yay! Congratulations. You won a ticket. So even if the tickets end up being, 1,000 or 1,500 or 800, whatever it is, you're going to win a ticket. You get a ticket no matter what the price is. We're still working that out.
Awesome.
So
Thank you.
congratulations. And I can see your last name. So that. All right, next, what was the next one? Number 24.
24 is Sarahan's iPhones. I think that should be Paul Sarahan.
Oh, congrats, Paul.
It's his iPhone who won that.
I know who Paul is. Paul,
No,
are
it's
you
the
here?
iPhone.
Mhm. Hey, it even, look, I've written Paul before. It even knew to find his name. Paul, are you still here? Please confirm you are here, Paul, so you can accept your major award. I really like the idea of giving away leg lamps, but I didn't. As you can see from the shirt, I do love that movie. Paul, we may need to pick another one. I'm going to move on to the awards, and I'm going to, if I don't hear back from Paul and Phil before the end, we'll pick 2 more winners. So hang on if you're looking for a ticket or a t-shirt, because we might have more winners on those. Okay, so the Person of the Year award. Nobody knows this except me. I'm really excited to share this. Person of the Year. So today, it is my great honor to announce the HYSKY Society Person of the Year. This accolade is reserved for an individual who has shown exceptional dedication, innovation, and leadership in the field of hydrogen aviation. This year, the award goes to none other than HYSKY COO Rishav Shrestha. Rishav, through your unwavering commitment and visionary approach, has significantly contributed to our understanding and advancement of hydrogen-powered aviation. He's also the co-founder of HYSKY Society, and he's shown up every day, full time, before we had $1 of funding. He truly shows what's possible when you can get the right team together, even if it's just the 2 of us. He's often behind the scenes when I'm the face of the company, but no way would I be able to do any of this without him. Rishav, I cannot even put into words how grateful I am to have you, how excited I am to get you and Sisma. And I know I spelled her name wrong, but I knew if I asked you how to spell her name, you would know what I was up to the US, so we can realize our Hydrogen Aviation Research Center. Your compassion, commitment, insights, and expertise have fueled me to keep going, even when sometimes I didn't feel like it. You've helped our community and helped propel hydrogen aviation to new heights. Rishav, your passion and intelligence are truly transformative, and I'm immensely grateful for your contributions to HYSKY Society and the broader field of hydrogen aviation. So thank you, Rishav, for being HYSKY's Person of the Year. You will get a jacket, and you will also be featured on our website for a year. Speech.
Thank you so much, Danielle. Um, I'm surprised. I'm sure that there are so many people out there who are way more who contribute way more to hydrogen aviation than I have. Just doing my bit. For someone who's not from aviation or aerospace engineering, It's steep learning curve, but I'm enjoying it. I sit behind the back. I try to soak up the knowledge. I don't know if I can do it that well, but really love being on HYSKY. I really love hearing from all the experts, and I hope that we can keep it happening for four more, for years and years. And like you said, there's something brewing up here at HYSKY. Danielle and I have been working on it. Next year we would have an even bigger surprise, I hope. And that would actually blow up hydrogen aviation. So I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, everybody, for being
Not
on
literally.
HYSKY.
Not literally though, because
Right,
hydrogen
not
didn't cause
literally.
the Hindenburg to blow up.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Danielle, this is Phil
Yeah.
Hodge. I'm here.
Yay,
Ooh.
Phil. Okay,
Hey,
you
Phil.
barely made it.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yes, you want a shirt, Phil.
Thank you. Yeah, I
You're
know.
welcome.
I'm having Zoom problems for some reason. I don't know why.
Ah, well, Obi said you were on a call, so you guys got to get your story straight. We might give your shirt away to someone else.
No, I got the shirt. I called you.
No, I'm teasing. You won the shirt.
Okay.
Yeah, Rishav, I mean it, he's being very humble, but he figures out everything so quickly. And literally, for those of us that are engineers and in college, you have, if you were lucky enough to have like that one lab partner that you were like, we have to be in a group together because I know if I'm in a group with anybody else, I'm going to end up doing all the work. I always say, Rishav, like if we were in college together, we would have been lab partners and we would have totally started a company together. That's like the kind of relationship we have. He understands the most complicated, weird ideas that I have, and he knows how to execute them before I even like finish explaining it. He's like, yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you want. And I'm just so blessed to have somebody like that on the team. So, I mean, 100% this would not exist without him. So he knows how to execute every idea that I have. And it was hard to say that without crying. So thank you so much, Rishav. I
Thanks so
will have
much.
to get your size for your jacket and all of that good stuff.
I'll let you know.
Yep. So next we have our board member of the year. So reporting to a board was a new experience for me. It was scary and overwhelming. One board member took extra time out of his mornings while getting his kids ready for school to make sure that Rishav and I were always on the right path. The board member of the year is a testament to the dedication, wisdom, and guidance that a board member has brought to our organization. This year, the honor goes to Shola Oyewole. Shola, your strategic insights, leadership skills, and profound understanding of the complexities of leading an organization have been invaluable to our journey. Your guidance has helped steer HYSKY Society through challenges and towards numerous successes. Your contributions on the board have not only shaped our present, but have also laid a strong foundation for our future endeavors. And we are deeply thankful for your commitment, wisdom, and inspiring leadership. Shola, are you still on? Speech if you're still on. I know he was here earlier. Oh,
He's
I hope
here.
Shola, speech. You might be multitasking. I know everybody that I'm like calling on also has like super big, important day jobs that he could be multitasking, but Shola, we would love to have a speech from you if you're available. I mean it. Rishav and I would be trying to figure something out and we would be like, hey, Shola, he just started volunteering to do this, like, hey, let me know if you want to bounce it off of me. And we were like, do you have time? And he was like, well, I mean, I'm booked meetings for months, but I could meet you at 6 a.m. And we'd be on Zoom calls while he's getting his kids ready for school. And he didn't miss a beat. He was able to understand everything we were doing and talking about, even while getting his kids ready for school, which is also very, very, very rare. So thank you so much, Shola. If you are available to kind of give us a speech, we'd love to have one from you. Next, I'm going on to our podcast guest of the year. It is my pleasure to present our HYSKY podcast guest of the year, HYSKY podcast guest of the year. This recognition goes to an individual whose contribution to our HYSKY Pod series has been exceptionally enlightening and impactful. This year, we're proud to honor Dr. Martine Rothblatt. Martine, your episode of the HYSKY Pod was not just a discussion, it was an inspired journey through your innovative use of hydrogen in aviation to transport organs for transplants. Your profound insights and pioneering spirit captivated our listeners and significantly elevated the discourse around hydrogen-powered aviation. Your participation in our podcast has left an indelible mark on our audience and has greatly contributed to the success and reach. I should say it's our most viewed podcast, most viewed YouTube video to date on HYSKY Pod. Thank you, Martine, for sharing your invaluable perspectives and for being an integral part of our journey this year. Now, I wish I could say we have Martine on to give a speech, but we do not. We have to book her months in advance. So we'll send her this and maybe we'll get a video speech or something like that. But yeah, we don't have her on today. Sorry to disappoint. Our donor of the year is, I'm delighted to announce our donor of the year. This award recognizes a supporter whose generosity has played a crucial role at advancing our mission at HYSKY Society. This year, we extend our heartfelt thanks and acknowledgement to SoCalGas. Your substantial support has been a cornerstone in enabling us to drive forward our initiatives and projects in hydrogen aviation. It is through contributions like yours that we can continue to innovate, educate, and lead in this critical field. SoCalGas, your commitment to sustainable energy and solutions and your belief in our vision have been immensely encouraging. We're grateful for your partnership and unwavering support, which has been vital to our achievements this year. And I should also say, SoCalGas was our first grant that we ever received. So we were a company coming out of nowhere they barely had heard of, and we got that grant. So did we ever, so thank you so much. Let's also give a round of applause to all of our awardees. I really was hoping to hear from Shola. He is probably multitasking. I hope he at least heard us award him. And did we ever hear from Paul?
No.
Can you
No,
see
we
if
didn't.
is he still here, Rishav?
I think he is logged off.
All
Logged off
right,
now.
that means we get to draw another name. He's gonna be really bummed about that. Try to tell you. $16.
Mike Hirschberg.
Hey, Mike. Woo!
Wow, I never win anything.
You won.
Thank you
won.
so much.
Yeah, you bet. So, yep, you get a ticket to, which I feel like you deserved one anyway. I probably would have given you one, for all the support, but
Well,
you officially won a ticket.
Yeah, thank you. You can give it to somebody else if you want, because it's up to you. But I will say, I think I was one of the first customers to get a Flying High T-shirt.
You did. You
ordered
bought
it-
the Fly
ordered that-
Electric shirt.
That's right. I bought that. I think that this within minutes of getting the notification.
Yep, you did. I still remember getting the notification that you bought it. You bought the Fly Electric shirt, which, by the
Right.
way, if you guys want to see
I
where our
love that one.
shirts are, we can, you know what, Mike, I already just know that we're going to end up like negotiating stuff. So like, I feel like we should give it to somebody else.
You should,
still,
yeah.
Yeah, you still won, but let's do another name.
I'll donate it to one of our other deserving
cool.
supporters here. We'll have a business arrangement to work out.
I know, exactly.
Okay.
So, by the way, if you guys want to look at other shirts that we have for sale, I just put the link in the chat. Number 9, Rishav.
Number 9 is Erminio. I don't think he's on, is he? He is.
That's correct. That's me.
Arminio, you
Yeah.
won. You've won. Okay. And I'm so happy I can see your name. Congrats. Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling from Brazil.
Oh, I hope you can get to the United States in the fall next year.
Yeah, of course that I will do.
Awesome. So exciting. Okay, so that wraps up our awards and everything, but I totally forgot. I was so excited to get to the giveaways that I totally forgot one of the key things in our end of the year report, which was we built Eve. Eve is HYSKY's electronic virtual entity. Let me show you Eve, and let me show you what Eve can do. Can you guys see my website? I mean, my screen with this chat bot? Are you all seeing the website?
Yes.
Okay. So she says, "Hi, I'm Eve, HYSKY's electronic virtual entity. How can I help you?" I'm gonna say, what is HYSKY? And you can pretty much ask it anything about HYSKY or our webinars. We're continuing to develop this further, but whoa, it's powered by ChatGPT and our own language. HYSKY Society. Oh gosh, okay, Rishav, we got some troubleshooting to do. All right, it's still in beta. I actually know why it's doing that. Rishav, did you see what the answer said? Just know that we have a really cool chat bot that is in beta, and Rishav looks like he might be frozen. But yeah, we do have a really cool chat bot. I think Rishav is frozen. So what we did, I'll just tell you what happened. What we did was we used a template, and it's pulling from the wrong knowledge base. So we need to fix that. And I did fix it over the weekend, but for some reason it's doing it again. So we need to get in the back end and figure that out. But that's another reason why I love Rishav, because he'll get in there and he'll figure it out. So with that, I think that wraps up. Let me make sure I did all of the announcements. Yes, I did. We did all of the awards. So now I'm happy to open up to any Q&A that you guys have, answer any questions. If you're interested in becoming a speaker for these monthly webinars, we have next, I'm super excited. We have the CEO of Heaven Drones for our January presentation. So that's going to be exciting. So if you're interested in being one of these speakers, and now when you hit past webinars, look, they're all here for free, not that $50 paywall thing. So yeah, feel free to unmute your mic and ask me anything. One thing that I thought about, bouncing off of you guys was we usually get about 80 to 150 people register for these monthly webinars. And then we get like 30 to 60 attend. And I get it when I register to a free. Yeah, the reason it says no plans available, Jay, is because we made it free. There's basically no plans. So if you want to help, actually, I'm getting to that. If you want to help HYSKY, just make a donation. So what we were thinking about doing is, because we used to have plans where like, okay, you can get access. Yeah, thanks. We just haven't deleted that page on our thing yet, but just click the donate button. So if you want to help us, I mean, we're a nonprofit totally based off donations and grants, and we put all of it back into providing these free webinars. Currently, Rishav and I do not get a salary. We are doing this 100% full-time volunteer, and that's commitment. So, we're not in this to get rich. We're in it because we really believe in what we're doing. So we would be absolutely honored if you all would make a donation. Of course, you don't have to. We're not going to make you, but the way that you do that is you can just click here. And so, a couple of things that we were thinking about doing is we could charge for these monthly webinars like $5 or $10 just so people would come. But I don't like the idea of charging for the webinars. I like making it free but it's also hard for us to like, you know, yeah, they're all tax deductible. This is a tax deductible donation too, by the way. So it's the end of the year. Make your tax deductible donation. We would be honored. Help Rishav and I make a small salary next year. That's the goal. That's our goal for 2024 is to have more humongous announcements, but also to get paid so that you know, we're not living. If you knew how much our overhead is, it is so small. Like we're very virtual. We don't even have a headquarters or anything, and that's fine. I'm not complaining at all, but we want to grow. But anyway, I wanted to get your all's feedback on, would it be like offensive to you if we charged $10 a month for these webinars just to make people show up? Would you rather make a monthly donation? Would you rather keep them free? I would love somebody to like unmute and just give me their true honest feedback, because we don't know. I like doing them free because I just like giving this information away, but how do we make people commit to coming and that sort of thing? Anybody want to put their 2 cents in? I'd love to hear from you.
Well, I guess from my standpoint, if it's, you know, if there's quality information, you're going to pay for it. And
Yeah.
seems like you're, you know, this is my first one. I just kind of found you guys probably about a week or two ago. And just from, you know, what you're talking to the different podcasts and video casts and stuff you've done, I mean, you're talking to some very high quality people that have great information. So, you know, I wouldn't see a problem with having a monthly membership kind of thing.
Thank you, Jay. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it's so nice to meet you, and thank you so much for the kind words. Yeah, today was actually very low as far as the education level because it was the end of year announcements. Usually we do like pretty deep webinars, but then the question I have is, why would they pay to attend when we put them on YouTube for free? You know, and are people going to say that? So, you know, we could just ask at the end of them, but my thing is just getting people to commit to coming. But I guess if we're putting them on YouTube, it doesn't really matter if they attend. Although at the end of the webinar, we always do a live Q&A. And in
Right.
my opinion, that's where the magic happens.
Yes.
You know, we're not strict. We don't make people raise their hand. We're just like, you can unmute and ask. And then we get like these CEOs and the people that are in the audience, they can just talk directly to them. And such cool ideas and partnerships, all kinds of stuff have come out of those.
I mean, I see, like, I watch a lot of YouTube videos and subscribe to different people. And what a lot of them are doing now is they're going to Patreon. So it's kind of like, okay, here's my YouTube video, but we're going to have some in-depth conversation. And so if you're ready for that, move over to our Patreon channel. Well, Patreon's pay. You know, you got to pay to get into Patreon.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not just saying you should think about doing that, but I'm just saying that's what other people are doing to get to those CEO questions and answers kind of things.
Yep. And we looked into Patreon, and it's a great suggestion. It just gives us another thing to manage. I love the suggestions though, and there's some really good ones coming into the chat. Is there a way to add membership to the VFS membership? Definitely something Mike and I can talk about. I'm curious what Mike's thoughts. Jerry says, please keep them free. I would like to keep them free. Suzanne, I think you have my favorite answer. This is something I've been thinking, would it be feasible to get sponsors for the webinars? So yes, we would like to get sponsors for the webinars and the podcast. Challenge is, I don't really know how to do that or have the bandwidth to do that. So maybe that would be something a volunteer could help us with. And then what would that cost? You know, if they're getting visibility to, I guess, you know, the YouTube visibility goes a lot further as well. But I think, Suzanne, I think your suggestion probably makes the most sense. And, you know, to kind of go back to Joe's comment about membership, from my volunteering at VFS, one of the things, no offense, Mike, but one of the things that I wanted to avoid was being a membership society, just because I've run some of the not back end like code, but just some of the behind the scenes at Hover, and it's a lot. It's and so I was like, I don't think I want to be a member. I just want it to be free for everybody, so it's really easy to get to, but people are donating because the content is important. Mike, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I didn't have anything particular to say. Just I don't disagree with anything you're saying.
Yeah, so I mean, Mike has Randy, who is a tech genius and like full-time run behind the scenes. We don't have a Randy that could really the infrastructure for that. We just don't have somebody to run that infrastructure, and it would be too much to put on Rishav and me. So it's more of a infrastructure thing than a cost. Or I know, I'm sure Mike would be happy to, and so would probably sorry, I'm spacing on the new CEO's name.
Angelo.
Angelo. I always want to say Antonio for some reason. Angelo, yeah.
Close.
So
yeah, I mean, honestly, maybe I think it was Suzanne had suggested if you could get a sponsor, like if, even if it's a like you were talking about $10 a person, if it's 36, that's $360. But if somebody, donated $500, and maybe it's the speaker, maybe it's not, but if you were able to get sponsors for the for webinars, that might be some way to bring in a little bit of income to cover some costs without putting up a barrier. The other thing is like for some reason this event fell off my calendar. I swear it was there earlier and it wasn't there when I went to log in, so I had to register and wait for that and stuff like that. And if there was one more thing where I had to put in the credit card and stuff like that, I mean, I would have done it, but it would have just been one more thing to slow me down. So, you want, because you're trying to share knowledge, you want as many people as possible to be able to take advantage of the knowledge. So, yeah. So if you get a sponsor for a few $100s, then that would be maybe the ideal situation for both HYSKY and your members.
That was brilliant. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense, actually. That makes a lot of sense. And another thing that I think will keep people coming, something that, and again, another infrastructure tech issue on our side was like, we used to have, like, if you registered for one, you were automatically registered for all of them because they were recurring. But the way our infrastructure is now is you have to register each month. So it's not like blocked off on your calendar. So that's another thing that we need to fix. I think that'll keep building the audience and keep people will have the, they just know that time's blocked off. So yeah, I love that, Suzanne. And I think we could do that same thing for the podcast. One thing that I've seen work is to make sign up form a bit lengthier. They put more information. Why don't you want to? Maybe Zachary. Me personally, if I saw that, if I don't have to just click a button and yeah, I'm out. Like, I'm so impatient. My gut feeling is that there's likely people that register to make sure it gets on their calendar well in advance, given that they see the high value. See, I do that, Danny. I do that too. I'll register for free. This is, I mean, just confessing here. I register for free to like tons of DOE things, but I know I'm not going to go. But if I'm registered, then I get the email for the video recording, which is what we want to start doing. So now that they're free on YouTube, if you're registered, you'll get the recording. And I think that's just as valuable as them coming, because that's going to bring value to the sponsor because it's still getting it to people. That's something that we weren't doing before. So yeah, I think that works. Let's see.
Yeah, I was just going to say these are great suggestions, and it sounds like you might want to keep them free because I see people saying, keep them free. And then with the sponsors, that's awesome. And then on your looking at your form right now, if you do monthly, is that automated?
You have to register every month if that's what you mean.
Okay, so every month.
But we're gonna fix that. Okay. So the things that we want to fix is like you register once and you're automatically registered for the entire year for every month.
Mhm.
And then every month, even if you can't attend, you're going to get an email with the YouTube video. See, before that was all behind a paywall, but now that we've removed the paywall, it actually makes it easier. And now it actually would be more attractive to sponsors, because not only are they getting the in-person audience, but they're also getting the YouTube audience. And then their logo would go on the YouTube video instead of be behind a paywall where only a few people are seeing it.
I mean,
How much-
I definitely wouldn't have a problem doing a subscription. I just don't want to have to think every month, oh, I got to go pay this.
Yeah,
If it was just hitting
you
my debit card.
You're more than welcome to do a monthly donation.
Yeah, no, I mean, is it automated though? Do I have to come in?
Oh,
every
on
time?
this. No, just hit monthly and then you never have to do it again.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's basically how we function.
Okay.
And that was part of our decision making is, we thought going into 2023, our revenue was going to come from those video resales, but way more people just gave us money doing this and hitting the monthly. And this is how we've been able, with our grants and then people doing these monthly donations. This has been the thing that has worked the most. And I believe it's because it's the easiest thing for you guys. So yeah, any monthly amount that you could donate would be hugely appreciative. And I intentionally didn't include our financials in our end of year report because I have to do them at the very end of the year for our board meeting. Because we're a 501c3 nonprofit, in January, you'll be able to see all of our financials, where our money came from. So that's one thing that I love, is that you'll see what your money was spent on, what programs that went to, our 990s, all of that sort of thing. So in January, you'll be able to see all of that. That's one thing, unique about HYSKY. Vertical Flight Society is the same way. I actually learned that from them. So thank you, Mike, for all of your mentoring in that area. But some associations are not a nonprofit, which means you can't see where their money comes from or goes to. With HYSKY and Vertical Flight Society, totally transparent. By law, you have to be. So in January, you'll be able to see all of that. So you'll see how much we got from donations, grants, events, and all of that sort of thing. So you actually get to see what it's spent on. Keep it free, but QR code to make a tax deductible donation. I believe when you do this one, you get a tax deductible donation receipt. Let me know if you don't, because you should. It should generate one. And actually, we do have, if I go way back into the archives of, let me just say, let's see if I can even find it. There was like we did have a QR code like a long time ago. This is shameful. I don't want you guys to see this. Hold on. And I mean, I cannot even put into words also how much I appreciate you guys sitting on here and giving us this feedback, because these are the questions we ask ourselves, like how will they feel about this, and then why did they do this, and so it just helps. I'm trying to find, we had because you can also like donate on PayPal. We had a QR code. I can't find it. Darn it. I literally just saw it the other day. I can probably make you one. Let me see. I'm just logging into my PayPal, so doing it.
You can just send it out next time,
Yeah,
or
I'll
include
send
it
out
next time, Danielle.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I'm getting in the weeds. Thanks, Mike, for keeping me on track.
You were diverging.
I was going down a rabbit hole. Okay, so to attract, let me see. I want to make sure. Okay, thank you, Joe. We'll talk soon. Just making sure I'm caught up on the comments. Congrats to all the winners. Looking forward to the new year. Yes, I love it. Okay, as you attract sponsors, committing to verbally mentioning them regular on videos. Yeah, that's a good point. And then like so like if you see on our YouTube channel, you know, on like the thumbnail, we could also like have the sponsored logo like on that video. It could say sponsored by and just like have it like a banner throughout the whole video or something. And to increase attendance, it should add to calendar. It should have that when you register. It should have that. You should get an email.
It does have it, but again,
Okay.
just for each of the individual meetings.
Okay, yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Well, if there's any other suggestions, you know, feel free to email me or let me know. And again, you guys, thank you so much for all your participation, all your volunteer work. Ovi and Phil, G3, thank you all so much for helping with so much that you volunteered with. I mean, there's so many people that I could thank that are on this call that really helped make HYSKY what it is. I can't believe we did all this in 1 year. I can't wait to have this meeting next year. I think we're going to be like, oh, snap, you're exponential. So yeah, congratulations to all the winners and have a very, very, very happy holidays, safe travels, happy new year, and I'll see you all in January.
Thank you, Danielle. Congratulations on a fantastic year and looking forward to next year.
Thank you, Mike. Happy
Happy
holidays,
holidays.
everybody. Getting 8 minutes back of your day. My gift, the gift that keeps giving time. Bye, everybody.